What's up and good morning, War Report family? It's your guy, Ike Jones. We are here with another morning drop today. Facts on our Friday. Y'all know we got to get into it. Texas A&M game coming up, so we got to talk about it. Y'all know how we do right here, War Report style. Let's drop it on them.
You are now listening to the War Report.
Morning drop Friday, September 22nd. We are here. Facts on our Friday. Fam question Friday. You got Ike Jones, B. Will in here talking a little Auburn versus Texas A&M. Facts or not style. B. Will, how we feeling this morning?
Feeling good, man. My coffee is hot as heck. Just poured it. Fresh downstairs. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go as well. I'm ready to get into these questions. As we like to do, we get submissions from Twitter for Facts or Nah, and we start off with our favorite 5 from Twitter before we get over into the questions and the comments that are live here. So you guys go ahead and line up your questions in the chat, and y'all know, make it a serious question if you want me to actually answer it. I'll laugh at them, but I ain't gonna put no goofy stuff up here. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, I love y'all, but we want to get into some real questions. You know what I mean? Go ahead and share the video at the War Report on social media. Hashtag get your weight up. That lets us know that y'all are out there spreading the good gospel of the War Report to the lovely people of the interwebs. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up on the video, like that video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I appreciate everybody who has subscribed. I don't know if we ever celebrated crossing the 11K mark, but we definitely did that.
Yeah, we did that
On YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So we appreciate everybody who continues to support the War Report and all the things that we have going on. Without further ado, though, let's get into the questions that have been submitted to us online, Twitter, Fam Question Friday, and we will get it kicked off with the first submission from Corey Weber, who is tweeting at CWeb_44, who says, Facts or nah, Fairweather has 100 plus yards receiving Saturday. Rivaldo Fairweather, the tight end, he's hoping he has a big day. B. Will, you feeling the Fairweather 100-yard reception day?
You know what? It really feels like Fairweather has been our breaking case of emergency guy. The only game we were actually close or at risk of losing was Cal, and he free said, "No, let's go to this guy." Like, that was it. Fairweather was our bailout guy, and it worked. And it worked without him getting much work in the prior game. Remember, he's brand new. Thorne's brand new. They were like, okay, let's go to the dude. They went to him. We won the game. I think he got a reception last game against Sanford, but it wasn't a whole bunch of targets, though. It seems like he might be the one that they're like, all right, let's get one-on-one with Fairweather so we can get something going here. I don't know if that's going to be to the tune of 100 yards, but I definitely think he's a bigger factor in this game than he has been in any of the previous games. But I'm going nah on 100. I don't know about 100. I think everybody should be we should see more action for our wide receivers and our pass catching targets than we've seen any game up to this point, because A&M's run defense has been fairly good so far this season. I think we have to go through the air, but I think it's spread out. So nah on 100 for Fairweather.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go nah on this one. Mike G pointed this out in the last game that Jay Fair was close to 100. He had, I think he was like, I don't know, it was less than 10 yards shy of 100 yards. We have not had a 100-yard receiver since Javarius Johnson did it last year, early in the season. I think it was versus Mercer, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think Fairweather's going to be the one to break that streak. I really want to be wrong about this. I want to see Rivaldo like crazy game out here where he's just like absolutely eviscerating defenses. But right now I can't see it happening. So I am going to go nah on that one.
Yeah.
Let's get to the next here. Maine the Conqueror tweeting at Mr_Aaron_Jordan says, Facts or nah, Auburn's defense gets 3 or more sacks against Texas A&M.
I say facts. I say we get over there. We get to them. I don't know the health percentage of McLeod. I remember after the Cal game, Hugh Freeze saying that he was at 85% or so. But then he also played just a couple snaps last game and then got taken off the field. So I don't know. Did he re-injure himself? Did he tweak it and they thought maybe you could go, but let's just put you in the bubble wrap for next week? I don't know what his status is. It seems like he's our most dangerous pass rusher by all the accounts of every time you talk to Hugh Freeze. So I'm going to assume that he has been prepping for this game. We know the effect he had on this game against Texas A&M last year. I say he gets at least one. And yeah, I've seen enough blitzing from the secondary from Ron Roberts so far this season to think we're going to get there a couple more times too. So yes, facts, at least 3.
I think I'm going to go facts on this one as well. I am thinking that the Texas A&M offensive line has had some issues with blocking both in the run and the pass game. They've done decently in the pass game, but a lot of that is due to the fact that they have a quarterback who can escape pressure fairly well. I think we're going to have a plan for trying to force him into some scenarios where he either has to get the ball out of his hand or he's going to have to eat it. And I think we'll get 3 sacks or more this game. I'm going to go facts on this one as well.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have Ethan Lowry tweeting at _Ethan Lowry _ who says, facts or not, Auburn completes 9 or more passes within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. I like this one.
9 or more. That's a lot of dinking and dunking. I don't think. I'm trying to think how much dinking and dunking I've seen so far. And it hadn't been a lot. It's been running or, I mean, short, yes, but not that short. Most of our pass attempts have been 8, 9, 10 yards deep or further. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that's too much dinking and dunking. That's usually what happens when you have a quarterback in a pass game that you don't trust. So you give them the easiest possible throws. You hope to catch the defense out of position going left and right. Bunch of wide receivers make it complicated for the secondary players to line up. But that hasn't been our MO so far this season. So I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go nah as well on this one. I'd like to see it. I think that the RPO allows us to be able to do that sort of thing. I think Texas A&M is going to try to play it honest a lot and not send too many people in the box early, which means that we're going to have to figure out some other things of how we want to get the ball out to those receivers. And a lot of our shorter routes have been around the 5-yard route range. So I think 9 is a big number for us to try to get in this game in particular. I can see a couple of screens, a couple of just, bubble screens, out to the outside to a running back. We've been doing that a couple of times to the running back or even to like a J Fair on the outside. I don't think 9. I think 9's a high number. So I'm going to go nah on this one. Do expect to see it. Don't expect to see it 9 times in this game.
Yeah.
All right. We are on number 4 coming up here from Twitter, and that is Stuart Donald tweeting at Stuart Donald, who says, facts or nah, Auburn wins the turnover battle.
You know what, Stu? I don't want to answer this one.
That's not how we play this game.
If we go by what's been happening so far, playing the numbers here, I'd say nah. We turned it over way too much this season. Outside the first game, of course. But, of course, Cal was a tighter game. We gave the ball away and made that a tougher game than we needed to. And last week against Sanford, tune-up, you still turn the ball over. What's going to happen this week? This, honestly, I would tell you this is the game. This is the entirety of the game is, are we going to turn the ball over and hurt the offense? I think with Peyton Thorne out there, not completely uncomfortable, that the offense can move. If he's willing to run, which he seemed like he was willing to do on against Sanford last week, Hugh Freeze and company are going to cook up some opportunities for him to get the ball down the field. If he's settled, he's accurate, he makes those throws. We get those yards, and then we keep moving, and we don't have to turn the ball over because he's not going to be pressing. If he presses, he's going to turn the ball over. We're in a hole. I'm going to say facts because I want to believe it. That's why I'm saying facts. I want to believe we win the turnover battle so that we can win this game because I believe in Auburn.
And love it.
And
yeah. I'm going to go facts on this one as well. I think that we are going to win the turnover battle. That's got to be something that the coaching staff has stressed in this practice week leading up to this game is we can't continue to give the other team the ball continuously. I'm not saying we'll be turnover free. I just think that our defense has been opportunistic enough that they can go out there and get it back.
Right.
So I'm going to go facts. We're going to win the turnover battle in this game. I think we get an interception and a forced fumble in this game.
Okay.
Let's get to it, baby. Facts. We need it, baby. We need it. To your point, B. Will, I don't think that we win this game if we don't win the turnover battle.
Right.
And so a lot of this facts or nah thing right here. I mean, of course, all this facts or nah is just, wild conjecture. Like I don't have any. Yeah, well, if you look at the charts and I don't know none of that stuff. I don't do analytics to that degree. But what I can say is Auburn has been adept at forcing turnovers, but we've been just as giving to give the ball back. This game, we get back to taking care of the football, but we keep being stingy on defense. I'm going to go facts for the sake of the dub because we need it.
Yes, sir.
Facts. Auburn wins the turnover battle.
Factuals.
All right, let's get into the last one from Twitter, who's coming from Shay, tweeting at Shay_Presley, who says, facts or nah, Jarquez goes over 100 yards rushing on Saturday. Be Will, what you feeling about this one?
I think this is an easy nah because we saw him get somewhat injured. It looked like his ankle was getting taped on the sideline. And we know we've got at least 2 other backs that are already in the main rotation with Damari and Cobb. I don't think Jarquez has to bear the load to be the 100-yard rusher. I think we have a good enough rotation where all those guys could go over 50, and it would be a very good day. So I'm going to say nah to this.
Yeah, I'm going to go nah on this one as well. I think that this, a lot of people are reminiscing over last year's game and how we ran roughshod over Texas A&M. I just don't know that we're going to go strategically. We're going to be trying to take the caddy approach in this game, and we're going to just run a bunch of power football and try, which I think we could do. Don't get me wrong. I think that Texas A&M is susceptible to doing that sort of thing. I don't know that that is how this offense is built this year. I hate to say this. I don't know how many games, period, we're going to have 100-yard rushers the way that this offense is shaping up. Like, we don't run the ball. I think the commitment to running the ball is what allows you to have 100-yard rushers, or you break a couple of long ones with one person, right?
Right.
We haven't seen either of those things. We haven't seen a staunch commitment to running the ball, and I think that a lot of that has to do with what the defenses are doing, right? The numbers dictate we're not going to run into this stacked box that I expect Texas A&M to come out and do at some point in time. I don't know if they're going to do it early, but I do think that at some point in time, they are going to try to have to stack the box because we've been successful with whatever between the numbers. And I think that means that there's not going to be a 100-yard rusher for this game. And to your point, Jarquez Hunter has been a little hobbled. I don't know where he is on the health spectrum. And if it's not necessary, then there's really no reason to go out there and make him have to try to get a bunch of carries when we have other guys that are fully capable of doing that.
Right.
So I'm going to go nah on this one with you as well. Okay. Now that we have completed all of our duties with those of you who took the time to answer us on Twitter, we're going to get over here into this comment section. Before we do, of course, we have to acknowledge the sponsor of the morning drop, and that is rogueshop.com. Make sure you all are heading to rogueshop.com. Use code rapport when you head over there. Listen, have no qualms about it, no bones about it, make no bones about it. Auburn is a stressful team to root for. It just is what it is. It doesn't matter how good we are. Our national championship we had in 2010 produced some of the most stressful games in the history of Auburn football. Being good does not preclude. We made a national championship run in 2013, and it took the very last play of the game multiple times for us to win games that season.
Yeah.
There is no avoiding stress as an Auburn fan. The Rogue Shop coffers should always be empty because they have stuff for stress and anxiety. Make sure you do code rapport when you head over there to get you a little something off of your purchase. That lets them know the War Report sent you. Don't be out here looking stressed, people. Get you some help. All right. Let's get over here into the comment section and see what you all are buzzing about this morning right here on the War Report. As always, we started off with our super chats, and B Will's forehead gets it jumped off and saying, facts or nah, Weed Man gets 3 sacks or more.
Connor Wakeman.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't even know who that is. Is there somebody that has that nickname on the team that is he going to get sacked 3 or more times? I mean, we've semi answered this
Yeah, that's
already.
the same question that was it Stu that had that question for us?
No, I think it was, I don't remember. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But
Yeah.
yes, we've
Yeah.
already kind of gone
I
through
think he
this.
gets sacked 3 times. If you're gonna throw as much as they probably will throw, Bobby Petrino is a throw it guy. He wants to throw the ball. That was when he was at
Maine,
Arkansas.
Maine the Conqueror who asked
That
about
was
the
Maine who asked
sacks.
about the
Yeah.
sacks. Yeah. But Bobby Petrino wants to throw the ball. He wants to.
Hmm.
So they have looked like they intend to throw the ball. They've picked up good yardage throwing the ball. So yeah, I expect them to throw it. So I expect them to get sacked, or we're gonna get carved up. And I don't want to believe that. So I'm gonna go with the sacks.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the passer this game. It's gonna happen, people. Let's make it happen. All right. Facts or not, we have a 100-yard running back. We've already kind of answered this one. I don't think not just Jarquez. I don't know that any other back is going to go over 100 yards in this game. So I'm going to go nah on this one. But hey, B Will, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm gonna go no. Same thing with we said with Jarquez. Like it would have to be a crazy, oh, it was a bust and a missed tackle, 50-yard run for Damari when Damari had already had like 8 carries
Right.
for like 52 yards, and oh, okay, now that's how we got over. But if we're just playing averages here, I don't think we see anybody go over 100.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with this. I don't see that it's going to happen. I think defenses are going to dare us to throw the football until we prove we can do it. I don't know that we've proved that yet. I think we've shown elements of it, but I don't think that there's proof on tape that says, "Ah, man, you better play those guys on the outside or they're going to burn you." We need to get a game off where the offense and the passing game looks proficient enough to make people say, "Okay, we need to start thinking about how we're going to do something for this passing game." And that's when I feel like our running attack is going to be a little bit more proficient. And I think our short passing attack is going to be used as a supplement for the run. So don't see it happening in this game.
Okay.
Next up, Stay Fly says Faction off Peyton Thorne walks out of College Station with more touchdowns than interceptions. This better be facts.
My heart says facts. My brain says I have no idea, but my heart says facts. So I'm going with heart.
I'm gonna go with facts on this one, man. I just listen, whether he's gonna take a couple of short runs into the end zone or he's gonna throw for it, he needs to have a 3-touchdown game this game, in my opinion. And I think that we need to see less than 3 interceptions. So feeling what I think we need to get from our offense versus what I hope we don't see from our offense, I'm gonna go facts on this one.
Agreed.
Auburn Dad says, facts or not, Peyton Thorne has more than 172 yards through the air. This is a very specific number.
A very specific
172.
number.
Is this like a prop bet somewhere? He's trying to decide. He's like, yeah, but plus or minus is 172. Let me ask the guys over at the War Report what they think.
I don't know, man. That's a very specific number. If I'm going to assume that A&M is a formidable run defense, that we will be forced to put it up in the air, and that yards after the catch will play a big part of that as well. I'm not saying it's going to look like it looked against Sanford because we got plenty of yards that game through the air, plenty on the ground. I think I think over.
Yeah, I would take the over on this as well. I'm going to go facts on this, over 172. Again, a lot of what I'm doing is projections on what I think Auburn needs to do. I don't think that Peyton Thorne can throw for less than 172 yards and Auburn win this football game.
Agreed.
Unless for some reason Peyton Thorne does not play the entirety of the game, right? Like that's the only, if Peyton Thorne is the quarterback the entirety of the game, and I'm not predicting that he's going to get benched, good Lord, people calm down. If he's the quarterback for the vast majority of the snaps in this game, there's no reason why he should pass for less than 172 yards and Auburn wins, absent of Texas A&M absolutely imploding, which I'm a fan of that as well. Get the W. But I don't see it happening. I'm going to go facts.
Okay, I'm with it.
Chris S. jumps in. Facts or not, Ball Hawk Simp goes 4 for 4 versus Texas A&M with another pick.
You know what? Shout out to Isaac Cooper. He talks to me on Twitter a lot. We talk betting a lot. And he posted a facts or not last week that we didn't put up on the screen on Twitter. He asked, facts or not, does Jay Simp get his third INT this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you know? Jay Simp got his third INT last weekend. And I believe he may have mentioned this as well. You know what? I'm going to say facts, man. I think Simp has been balling, and A&M throws it too much to not have an opportunity. So we have, with enough experience back there to successfully disguise and mix up coverages, I think he'll have a very good opportunity to do it. So yeah, I'm saying facts. Facts. Simp gets number 4 against A&M.
Because again, I need it for my life. Simp, get your number 4 this week, baby. I think we can get it done. Go ahead, go out there and get number 4 in the 4th game. Let's just, average a pick per game. Why don't we? You know what I'm saying? 12
Let's do
interceptions
it.
on the season. Let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why not?
why not? Jay Simp, why not? We haven't had nobody proficient back there and taking the ball away like that in a while. Why can't it be you? Why not you?
Why not?
They're gonna throw it enough. You're gonna have enough opportunities with the ball in the air. Go get it, man. Let's make it happen. Facts. Next up, we have Blake AU fan Blake McClure, who says, facts or not, Fairweather has 2 touchdown catches in this game.
This is different from the Fairweather yards, because we could matriculate our way down there and he just be the best target to get it to in the red zone and come up with a couple of TDs. I'm trying to imagine how I think this is going to go. I think he and Hooks. I don't know the status of Martner or Camden Brown yet. I don't know what their injury situation is. But I know Camden Brown's been on the field, but not a lot.
Both of them should be healthy enough to get snaps in this game. As to whether or not they're going to play a lot, I don't know. I think Camden is more likely to, because he has been getting snaps over the last few games. But Martner is available to play. He was out there in warmups in this last game. So, and I think he actually played a few snaps late in the game after we started rotating in the second unit with Robbie. So, yes, okay. Martner and Camden Brown should be available.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is, the more big targets that we have available to play, then the lower the likelihood that Fairweather has 2 catches, because we'll have different options down there in the red zone for some jump balls, big catch radiuses. No, it's radii. Is it radii?
It's radii for plural.
Come on, man. I knew that. I'm going to say nah, because we have more big targets available for Peyton Thorne to hit when we get down into the red zone. I don't see us coming up with a bunch of 40 and 50-yard touchdown plays, which means that'll be about beating the defense and getting down the field. Our bigger pass catching targets won't necessarily be primed to do that, but what I do think they'll be able to do is jump over some people and get some touchdowns down there. But I think there will be too many of them healthy for Fairweather to get 2 touchdowns. Definitely 1. I definitely would bet a prop bet on Fairweather catching at least 1 touchdown pass, but 2, I'm going nah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if this were a prop bet 2 over under, I would hope for a push on this. If it were like 1.5, I'd probably go the under on this. I hope he can get 2, but I think he'll come away with 1 this game. Listen, I'd love to be wrong on this one, because I've been on the Fairweather train a lot this season or preseason about how I thought he was going to eviscerate defenses, and it hasn't come to fruition quite yet. I mean, he's shown flashes, but we just really haven't had him as a focal point. I don't know that changes per se on this game, but I do think that he'll at least get 1. So I'm going to go nah on this.
I'm with you.
Chris Eldridge says, facts or nah, we have an onside kick this game.
I'm going to say nah. Onside kicks are usually coming if you're down too much to get a stop and get the ball back. I don't want that to be the case. Or if you need to surprise the other team because you need to keep the ball out of their hands so you can wear them out and keep their offense off the field. What I'm hoping is that we are getting short fields. Our defense is handling their offense to the extent where the coaches go, we don't have to take that kind of gamble. No, we got it. Let's kick it deep and hold them down. So I'm going to say nah. If both offense and defense do their job, we won't be down late, and defense will get us some short fields to work with, and we won't be scared of giving them the ball back. So I'm going to say nah.
Yeah, I'm going to go nah on this one as well. Because I don't want it to be necessary. Right. I don't want to have to onside kick this. So I'm going to go nah on this one. War Eagle comes in and says, facts or nah, we block a punt in this game.
Do they have some troubles with
I
their
haven't seen any troubles for
special
them
teams?
particularly. I mean, so they did give up the special teams touchdown against Miami, but that was a kickoff return.
Mhm.
I don't think they've had a punt block this year, but I have to go back and watch. I didn't watch the first game almost at all, but I watched I watched all of Miami and watched some of the ULM. Well, actually, the vast majority of ULM as well, and no block punts in those. So
Okay. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no on this one.
I can't. Well, I mean, wait a minute. Early in that Miami game, didn't they have a punt blocked? Or was that the other way? Did Miami block a punt? I think Miami blocked a punt early in that game. That doesn't matter. I'm still going to go nah in this game. So we've been close a couple of times this year to blocking punts, and for whatever reason, like we haven't fully laid out for it to go get it. I don't know that this week is going to be the week. They have a pretty decent punter as well. I'm going to say no on this one.
Okay.
Let's see. Ant Robinson says, facts or not, Asante has the most tackles and or sacks this game.
Most tackles for a linebacker would mean that we're going to be playing some teams who are just trying to run it at us pretty frequently and pretty consistently. I don't know if that's A&M's MO against us. Now they may
They have
see
not been heavy on the run much at all this season. They've been
Right.
more pass with Bobby Petrino, as to be expected.
Right. But they also may look at us and say, I'm not sold on their run defense. Let's find some exotic ways to get it, keep it on the ground and run it in some different directions. And hey, maybe they try it, because what a good coach would do is say, let me not just do what I want to do. Let me do what you are worst at stopping. But how much worse are we at stopping the run than the pass? I guess we'll really find out this game. We're going to find out a lot of stuff about Auburn this game. But for right now, I'm going to say, no, he won't have the most tackles or sacks. I could see him getting there on some pressure for sure. I could see Kaufman getting there on some pressure. I could see Puckey getting there on some pressure. I could see McLeod and Keldrick Falk. I could see a lot of people contributing to the pressure, but the tackles is what I'm keying in on here. And I'm going to say it's probably gets spread out so much with their passing game that we don't get to focus on the linebackers getting those tackles. So I'm going to say no.
I'm actually going to go facts on this one. I think that Asante has the most tackles in this game. He's very sideline to sideline. I think what Texas A&M is going to be required to do on how we're going to play defense is throw the ball underneath, and people have to go rally to go get to the tackle. I think Asante is going to do his job in doing that, and he's going to be brought on several blitzes that I think he'll have the opportunity to get in there and get to the quarterback. He's been really good when he's been on blitzes and actually getting the quarterback down. We've seen linebackers in the past that have not been great at that, defensive ends in the past that have not been great at that. He's done a really good job of that. So I'm going to go facts. He's going to have the most tackles in this game. I don't know if he has the most sacks, but most tackles, I'll give it to him on that one. Facts.
Okay.
I really like this one a lot. USMC, Simplified to You 873 says, facts or not, Betty runs a kickoff past the 50 in this game.
All right, this would definitely be the best talent that we have played against. They should be a little faster, a little more prepared to handle our speed. So those long returns may not be as prevalent for us, but I think Batty is special, man. I think Batty is special. I'm going to say facts.
I am going to say facts on this one as well. I've already said they've given up one kickoff return for a touchdown already this season. Batty has done a good job of returning kicks past the 30 already this season. He came close in the last game after a broken tackle to really having a really huge return. I think he's on the precipice. Yes, I'm throwing out all the big words I know today.
Let's go.
Getting to another big one. I think he gets one past the 50 in this game. I'm going to go facts.
With you.
All right, and last two here. I'll give John Brandon a little screen time today with his levity. He says, facts, gray is B-Will's favorite color. It matches his beard.
That is big facts. Big facts, the black or the gray, because it'll bring out, the color that's in there. Either way, I'm with it.
All right, and then last one here from Walker Show, who says, facts and all, Auburn fans are booging, thinking Auburn is winning this game. I don't care if they booging or not. We winning the game. I'm going to say it until it's not true. We're undefeated until we aren't, and we are currently undefeated, and I don't care what the FPI says or how many 5 stars, 4 stars. I don't care about none of that. Dubs, baby. You call me a bug all you want to. I don't care, because I support my team through and through. We're winning this game. We're going to beat Georgia next week. We're going to go and beat LSU. I don't care what nobody say about none. I don't care how likely any of that is until they don't do it. Then they have the possibility of doing it. So it's going to happen, and you can be mad at me, and you can say I'm a homer. You can say I'm bugging. I care not about any of that. Deal with it.
I am going to say facts. We're bugging. We're bugging. Most importantly,
I'm here for the bug.
Most importantly,
I'm gonna change my name on Twitter to Ike Bug.
It's a 1988 MC.
What's the movie? You Got Served, J Bug. I'm gonna be.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
That's old boy from B2K, right?
I don't know the name, so I don't remember. We're supposed to book. Lee Carter just said in the chat, we're supposed to book. I think the important thing that I take from this, nobody in this conference has looked that good, man. Nobody looks unstoppable. If you only take our mistakes and you're gonna extrapolate that forward into who we are, then sure, you'd say we don't have a chance. But
yeah, absolutely.
I saw some big gaps in A&M's game as far as their defense. I saw some big gaps in a lot of teams. Very few people were gonna pick Florida to beat Tennessee. Why? Because Florida had looked terrible to start the year, and they came out and got the job done. You don't know who these teams are in September. So whatever booging we've got for ourselves, I'm sure A&M has some. We're going to find out who we are in short order. I don't think that the gap right now is as far apart with us from the rest of the conference as people think we are, just because we've been in still kind of preseason scrimmage mode, figuring out what quarterback can do how he needs to motivate quarterbacks. Hugh Freeze talking about that. Man, he's just getting his feet wet. I'm going to assume the best until I have a reason not to. So yes, we're bugging. That's a fact. I don't mind bugging.
Yeah, listen, as long as they keep finding ways to win. I know we haven't looked dominant, and everybody's like, well, man, we're not that good because we're not dominant. But none of these other teams, like you just said, none of these other teams look dominant either. So why does everybody anticipate we get the best version of everybody else and we're just going to trot out the worst version of ourselves?
Right.
Like, I get it. You want to save yourself and be on the I told you. Listen, you can come here and say I told you so all you want to after this game. What I'm not saying is we're so much better than Texas A&M. I don't believe that. We haven't shown that we're so much better than Texas A&M. Right. What I do say is that we have an opportunity to win this game because Texas A&M is not unbeatable. And Auburn has the talent and the coaching to be able to do that. Will they do it? I don't know. But you know what I don't have to do? Play the football game. I have to be here and be a fan. And my fanship says, screw all of y'all. We're winning the football game.
That's right.
Now, somebody got to prove me wrong.
That's right. And realistically, here, the biggest advantage that we have is, actually, I see Miller House just said it. Our secondary is great, and they like to pass the ball. Come on. The thing that you're best at, we are best equipped to defend. I like our chances. And they're seniors. We got a lot of seniors on this team. On the field, offensive line, quarterback experience there. Too much talent in the running back room. I think we get this figured out, and we will not get run off the field. I am confident in that. Whether we get the win, I don't have a crystal ball.
Hey, listen,
but it's going to be a game.
Don't know what's going to happen on Saturday, but what I do know is I'm going to be here and I'm going to be rooting. And if we don't win, I'm going to be disappointed, and I'm going to get right back up here and I'm going to tell you why we beat Georgia the next week. I don't care.
Yes.
I'm not here for realism. I'm here to realistically tell you what happened after the game, but I'm here to tell you what we could potentially do to win the game before the game. And I don't care who doesn't like that. I don't care who thinks I'm being unrealistic. Go be realistic on your own time. I'm going to be unrealistic all up and through these War Report streets.
We'll recalibrate afterwards if we lose.
After the game, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to tell you why we lost. Hey, listen, hey, man, congrats to them. I'm going to tell you when we win, it didn't look good. And I'm going to be realistic about how we didn't play well and what things we need to work on. Up until then, W. I don't care.
Where's the money when you need it?
Yeah. I'm bringing the money energy. Let me channel my undefeated until otherwise. All right, man. That's enough of that nonsense, man. We about to get up out of here. We appreciate you guys jumping in here. As always, we got to thank the sponsor of the morning drop, rogueshop.com. Use code report when you go over there. That'll get you a little something off of your purchase. And it tells them that the War Report sent you. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. Get all of that sharing is caring out of your system with a share of the War Report to your friends and family. We'll be back at you guys tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. We will be in here talking about this game one final time before Auburn takes the field at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time in College Station against the Texas A&M Aggies. Until then, and as always, War Eagle, peace.
Peace.
Drop.